Apple has terminated Epic Games' developer account, a move Epic is calling a serious violation of the EU's Digital Markets Act. Epic claims that Apple is retaliating against it for speaking out. Apple says that Epic's past actions suggest that it doesn't intend to follow the rules, threatening the integrity of the iOS platform and the security and privacy of its users. It has the contractual right to terminate its agreement with Epic at any time. Part of Meta's technology roadmap, which goes on to 2026, involves developing an AI recommendation model to power both the company's Reels short video service and more traditional, longer videos. The company currently uses separate models for each of its products. The new recommendation system will provide more engaging and relevant content to users. Meta's massive stockpile of GPUs will be used to help its broader generative AI efforts, including the development of digital assistants and more sophisticated chat tools. A new bipartisan legislation may force ByteDance to divest TikTok or risk having it banned in U.S. app stores. The bill, dubbed the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary-Controlled Applications Act, creates a process for identifying certain social media applications under the control of foreign adversaries as national security threats. Apps deemed a risk would be banned from online app stores and web hosting services unless they sever ties with entities under the control of foreign adversaries within 180 days of the designation. There are concerns that TikTok could be used by the Chinese government to access personal data from its users and show them videos that could influence their views on particular issues. SpaceX has posted a link to watch Starship's third flight test on X. The flight is scheduled for 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time on March 14th. SpaceX has yet to receive its launch license from the FAA. The next test aims to achieve nominal first-stage performance, Starship separation from the first stage using hot staging, Starship reaching an orbital velocity and engine shutdown, early-stage testing on in-space refueling technology, and a controlled splashdown of Starship in the Indian Ocean. SpaceX intends to launch Starship at least 9 times this year. Colossal, a company that plans to take extinct species and restore them through the use of DNA editing and stem cells, has announced the production of the first elephant stem cells. The process, which is a part of the company's plan to revive the mammoth, turned out to be extremely difficult. Colossal has released a draft manuscript describing the process on a public repository. Besides being part of the process to revive the mammoth, the techniques used to produce these stem cells could also be used to conserve existing species. The first public alpha of Tailwind CSS is now available, with a stable release planned for later this year. This blog details some of the updates in the release, which include a new engine built for speed, composable variants, zero configuration content detection, and more. V4 removes deprecated utilities and makes a handful of other low-level implementation changes. Daytona is a development environment manager. It can set up development environments on any infrastructure using a single command. Daytona automates the entire process. It features configuration file support, IDE support, Git provider integration, a multiple project workspace, reverse proxy integration, and more. Meta plans to make WhatsApp and Messenger interoperable with third-party messaging services as required by the Digital Markets Act. Engaging with third-party chats will be an opt-in experience for users. Third parties have been asked to use the Signal protocol, but they will be allowed to use other protocols as long as they are able to demonstrate that the protocol offers the same security guarantees as Signal. Third parties that connect to Meta will be responsible for hosting any files their client apps send to Meta's users. They will need to sign an agreement with Meta before the company will enable interoperability. Niquests is a simple HTTP library that allows Python developers to send HTTP requests extremely easily. It is designed as a drop-in replacement for requests, which is under a feature freeze. This blog post discusses how to structure documentation for large language models and best practices to consider throughout the process. Elodin is a platform for designing, testing, and simulating drones, satellites, and aerospace control systems. People taking semaglutide appear to have a lower likelihood of having depression and anxiety. A lab-made humanized antibody has been shown to neutralize key venom neurotoxins from a range of snakes from diverse regions. Shared dictionary compression can substantially improve loading performance for websites that frequently ship updated production code.